So there was a request for Bazi Life Analysis for MrBeast. Let's take a look at how much luck contributed to MrBeast's success on YouTube as the #2 most popular individual. So my name is Tony Lau and I'm a professional feng shui consultant, and welcome to my channel. So today I'll use the publicly available information to look into MrBeast's life, perhaps align it with his past success, and as a bonus, I will predict his future as well. So stick around to the end. Okay, let's Google him a little bit. Wow, so MrBeast is only 23 years old. He's turning 24 this year because it's May, now it's April. So young. As I told all my clients, for men, getting lucky before age 30 is considered a bad thing because you don't tend to retain the wealth generated from your luck. And for women, it's 25 because they tend to mature faster. So MrBeast is a tiger. Maybe that's why he uses a tiger symbol. So we found that MrBeast was born in May 7, 1998. And we'll take a look at the calendar and see what the actual day is in the Chinese zodiac chart. Not to bore you with the process, I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
Okay, so we got his chart here. Well knowing about his birth hour, we can only analyze 3 of the 4 pillars. So normally I like to start with personality first. He does have a very complex inner personality. You can see like he has 3 layers in almost every single one of the pillars. This is also a sign of someone with a creative mindset. So at the top, we can see his outer personality. That is the part that he showed himself to the rest of the world. That's the part we see in the public eye. So at the bottom is the part that he showed to his close friend, family, and friends at home, which we don't see normally. We're just watching his videos. So at his core is this part. This is the core. Is Jia wood. Jia is the first stem in the heavenly stem. People with Jia wood are naturally born leader with great luck through unstable income, which can be commission jobs or running a business. So from his core, we can determine his 10 stand for each of the pillar, which is how I determine all of these little symbols. So I'll explain what these little character means. Like this is core, which we found out already. That's his Jia wood. And then this is wounded officer. And this is partial wealth. So at the top of his year pillar, he has a partial wealth there. That ties to his core element. But that also means he's bad at handling money. So we can see the way he blow his money is part of his personality. So in the month column, he has a wounded officer. That's what that characters mean. When this is in the month pillar, it represents this person has a lot of idea and can also get a little bit emotion at time. Now the question is, are those ideas any good? Since it's a summer born, like fire is not a very good element for him. So I would say like most of his ideas are not very good, which explain why he struggled early on in his channel. And I think it exploded after he tapped into that partial well of his personality, giving away a lot of money. So since we don't know about the time pillar, let's move on to the inner personality. So the inner personality is more complex. We have yin wood. This is actually the symbol for tiger. And that's how you can tell he's a tiger by looking at his pillars. Compared to the top, you only see one personality for each of their characters. But somehow for tiger, we have 3 different layers of personality developed from. But somehow we develop multiple layer personality. You can get up to 3. That's how complex it will get in the analysis. Just for knowledge sake, if you get the word yin in your pillars, you actually break it out before you actually try to determine your personality by expanding this to like Jia, Bing. So you expand this into Jia, Bing, and Wu. 3 different layers for just one word. And that's how you get the 3 personality for each of these layers. So for the year pillar, he's got 3 personality. First layer is prosperity. That's the same as shoulder to shoulder at the top layer. And god of eatery and partial wealth. Now what does it mean? It means he's a pretty stubborn guy who loves food and also doesn't mind spending a bunch of money on them. Which explains why he does those expensive dinner video. As for the inner personality on the month pillar, you have god of cookery, partial wealth, and also power. That's a new one. So similar story. This one reinforces his foodie personality. He loves food, and also partial wealth to take him to expensive places. There's a little power personality. Now this is at the top layer. It would translate to him being a control freak, but that's not the case. It's at the very bottom. So I would say this only comes out as needed. It's actually a good thing because you don't want to assume too much control in a creative career field. Now, since there's no day pillar at the top, we don't have this in the bottom. What does this mean? How is this different than the year pillar? This is similar, except this is what determines your dating preference. So it's a bit self-centered when it comes to love. Most men are like that, so it's normal. Now the love of food translates to something more sexual in the love region. And I'm sure he's great at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so partial wealth means that he doesn't mind spending money on his lover and he takes care of whoever he's with in a relationship with him. I mean, overall, he's a pretty solid guy, a good potential dating partner. Now let's take a look at his luck. Okay, I already mapped it out here. So I already did the calculation and color coded so everyone can understand what I'm talking about when I talk about the elements. So this is his big luck chart. And then his luck starts at age 10. That means like his luck changes every 10 years. Like everyone else, luck changes every 10 years majorly. So go from like 10, 20, 30, 40. Sometimes the cycle comes in pair. You might get 20 years of luck, and then most of the time it's 10 years. And it goes on and on. And at age 10, he was in his fire luck. Fire is his creativity. But fire is bad luck for him. So even though he has a lot of idea, they just want very good idea. Since starting his channel at age 13, he's been trying out stuff here and there without much success. I think toward the end of his fire cycle, with a bit of metal luck coming in toward the end of it, he was able to pick up some small success with some video around 2017. That's like a year before he changes to his 2018 cycle. It's not really until 2018 when he turned age 20 that he transitioned to a Earth luck cycle. So toward the end of this 10-year cycle, he was able to pick up some metal luck toward the end. So I think that's when he saw some small success with his video in 2017. It's not really until like 2018 when he turned 20 that he transitioned to this next set of Earth luck here. Positive wealth for him. So Earth is neutral element. So Earth is a neutral element for him. So I consider that to be an average period for him. Okay, so Wei is the Earth with a touch of fire. So that's a caveat. Even though it's neutral, it's still hurting him a little bit in this 10 year, but he's working through it. So he still got some of his idea, but he's able to monetize some of those ideas with Earth because Earth is his wealth. So whenever we have a major luck cycle change, big changes are bound to happen in life. I think it aligned quite well when he turned 20. That was 2018. I think that's when everyone started noticing who MrBeast is during the PewDiePie versus T-Series event back in 2018. I think from there on, he just went a trajectory on YouTube. So we only covered just a small part of his life so far. What happened next? Now we reveal his future. what's awaiting our boy Jimmy, MrBeast. So as I mentioned, Earth cycle are generally neutral. It's a 10-year cycle. So naturally his luck will come from the annual cycle instead of the 10-year cycle. Since we have a fire and water switch year last year, those that are born in the summer, such as MrBeast, will experience a downturn from here on. So starting like 2022, we'll be going down from here on till like 2026 or so, and we'll go back up. So from that aspect, we might see him trend down a little bit in terms of growth, but no doubt his channel will continue to grow. Most likely the growth will slow down for another couple of years, and then it'll go back up when we go back to the water and metal cycle. Fun fact, did you know MrBeast and PewDiePie are opposite luck cycle? That means their growth rate will be opposite of each other. Now let's look in the future. What happened when MrBeast turned 30 in 2028? That's when his next big break will start. Major change should be happening in his life around that time. If he's not married by then, he'll definitely get married within 3 years of turning age 30. If he's married, he'll be having kids. He'll actually start a 20-year luck cycle, or metal luck. Metal is a beneficial element for him. It's actually his management luck. So it's very possible he might retire from the public face, from YouTube, and manage a business empire from behind the scene. Now, this is actually the peak of his life. If he wants to accomplish anything major in life, this is where it's going to happen between age 30 to age 50. So I'm pretty sure by the time he turns 50, his YouTube channel is going to be insignificant compared to what he's able to accomplish between 30 to 50. So I think after he turned 50, things will slow down from here to there. It's still an Earth luck cycle, so money was still coming in for him at this point. Then when he turns 60, that's another 20-year cycle, but this time it's water. Water is a benefactor element to him, meaning that if he wants to do anything, there will be people waiting in line just to help him. But they're not just anyone, they're actually people that can provide great support. Or he can just simply retire and enjoy a very comfortable life at this point. I mean, after he turned 80, he goes back to Earth cycle again, which is a neutral ground for him. He'll continue to collect money in his retirement year. No risk of dying until probably 90. So I say he lived a very good life. Potentially live beyond 90, but those are not very good years if you were to continue at that point. I mean, overall, I think MrBeast has a very good life. His good luck cycle are timed almost perfectly, starting age 30, where you can maximize the benefit of any luck coming your way. I mean, right now he's just in that grinding phase. He's still got another 6 years, so that's a plenty of time to accomplish a lot of great things. So let me know what you think about this video. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video or there's other public figure you would like me to analyze in future video. And don't forget to hit the like button for some good luck today. Subscribe for more future update. Check out these videos if you haven't seen them before. Also, we're gonna keep continuing the weekly update, so don't forget to hit the notification button. See you next time.